Hi docs. Today we're going to continue with the crown prep for tooth number 3 to receive porcelain fused Demeter crown. And if you remember for my last video I have shown you how to put the depth cut, and that's really the depth cut you need to place for this tooth. Please go back again to my video to know exactly what I'm talking about. So last time I didn't talk about the depth cut for incisal surface. It's gonna be, again, we need like totally at the end about 2 mm preparation for your incisal. So please don't use the whole depth from the beginning, just only use like 1.8 or 1.7. So if you have a depth cut bare for incisal like this one, give me this yep, like this bare, actually it's very good, helps, but this 2 mm, so try to be away by 0.2 0.3 mm. So don't be at the end for the whole depth, just only be away like 0.2 0.3, and we leave this at the end for finishing. So I need some extra tooth structure for finishing. So that this bare, I like to use it for incisal depth cuts. Okay, thanks. This one. That's a bare which I used to say for in the last video. I really don't like it because it makes the depth cut actually horizontally, and that's gonna make me lose control over the tooth. I like vertical much better. Thanks, Mary. Okay, guys. So now we'll start to do preparation for lipio. It's just only preparation. So when I start doing preparation, I will start with incisal first. I always like to start with incisal because incisal gonna make the tooth more controllable by making it shorter. So when I cut the incisal, the tooth is going to be shorter, which is good. So okay, long of axis understanding, guys, very important. I have shown this in the last video, so please go back again for last video to look at the long axis. Okay, there's 2 things you need to know before I do any preparation for any crown. You need to have a good separation from the adjacent teeth, and you can do it by double band technique or by a big wedge, or you can combine the 2 techniques together. And you need to get index. You need to get index for incisal and for labial. Like I use always like 2-3 index. Maybe for next video I'm gonna show you how I can make index. So let's start, guys, now with the incisal first. So again, as I told you, I need 2 mm in here. I think that's very enough for this depth cut. Go in the midline. I will not use the whole depth of the bare, just about 0.3 mm from the whole depth. I need 1.7 only. I think that's right now for me. Let's refine this one. Okay, if you look at the prep now, guys, you need to follow the contour. We only reduce in size. We don't change the contour. We don't change the shape of the tooth. We need to keep everything same. So if you're a slope, the medial slope is straight, make it straight at the end. If it is convex, you need to make it convex. So you have to preserve and keep the same tooth shape and structure as the same exactly as before. But you only need to remove the height of contours. So now I'm going to remove whatever islands between the depth cut now. Can you please give me the one deficient bit? Yep, this one, thank you. So Always my prep is in steps. So my step now, after I put the depth cut for incisor, is just remove whatever it's island between these two depth cut now, guys. So all my concentration now is just to help remove it. So I remove the first island. So let's go with the second. Okay, so that I would say that's the incisor for now. It's just only some reduction in the beginning. We don't do everything in it, it's just on that reduction. Okay, so I will continue with reduction for incisor. Okay. Now guys, let's look at the lipid surface itself, and we're gonna follow only the depth cut as I have done. The burr which I use now guys, it's just 1 mm diameter, because the whole depth you need to achieve at the end is 1.2. So this is just 1, so I get the whole depth of this burr. Be careful guys, you have to when you cut into the tooth, you have to be exactly parallel to the longer axis of the tooth, and your burr inclination should parallel to the two longer axes of the adjacent. You can use it as a guidance. You can draw. I draw one for you now. And by the way, most of the whole teeth actually inclined mesially. So be careful on this. You need to incline your preparation or your canine into mesially too. So you see guys, that's my inclination now. I'm gonna take this as my guide now and I'm gonna put it here. Same with this one, okay? So, and I will follow exactly, because I need to prepare the label into two planes. So that's my first plane now. I will be completely parallel as this guy is now. I think now it's a video show it better. Exactly parallel to the labial surface now, labial inclination. Okay, and the lip, yeah, and away from the longer axis, because if I want to be parallel to the longer axis, I will be like this, and that's inclination. I'm gonna use it really with the cervical plane, not the labial plane. Okay, easy guys. When you cut, only one direction. Into out. I don't use water. The water is off, but I be gentle on the tooth, not burn it. I think that's enough, guys. I go for the second plane, for the second group, depth group. I think that will be enough. The whole depth of the burr actually is inside, and that is the third one. I think that's enough now. So guys, that's for the labial, for the incisor plane. Again, always my prep is in steps. So I prefer to only remove whatever is islands between the two depths of grooves. Okay, I will deepen this one a little bit. Okay, so I will only now, the whole concentration is just to remove whatever islands between the two grooves. And be careful, don't drop into any of these grooves depths, because if you drop into this one of these depth grooves, you're gonna deepen it more. So be careful. You see guys how you need to control the speed of your handpiece. Now I'm very close to remove the whole island, so I reduced the speed. I think that's enough for now. So same way I go over this island. At this stage guys, it's just only at this stage you don't need to do any finishing or anything. You just only need to remove and reduce from the label surface. So don't worry about the finishing, not now. It's much better when you do the when you remove them from the lapel surface. I would prefer to use flat end bear, not round end bear, to give you better control on the tool. So I will try to find the flat one now. Okay. Or actually, let's not do it now. We can do it next time. But anyway, here guys is a cervical plane. For the cervical plane, I would like to be parallel to the longer axis of the tooth. I showed you the longer axis before because I need to get like two planes. There's another trick really, how to know that you are parallel or not without looking at the longer axis from the proximal is actually the handpiece head. If the handpiece head parallel to the incisor plane, it means you are perpendicular to longer axis. So you see now the difference guys. Before I cut in here from the lapel this direction, but now I get change my hand to be like this. So here now is the difference. Again, 2 depths cut will be enough for me. And be careful, be away 1 mm from the gingival line. That's 1 is enough. And the second one is enough. So I'm gonna remove the islands in between. desk clean for myself. Does it move right? Is it good? Okay. Okay. I will try to get a flat end there because really I like to use a flat end there at this stage. And 1 gave a good one. I think this one no, still round. Guys, now I'm not thinking about really what finish line I'm gonna get because at the end I need let's say flat end or flat end finish line at the end, but because it's for porcelain fused the metal, you can use it as chamfer if you want, or flat. There is not any recommendation. All the finish line will be good. Whatever works for you guys is gonna work fine. Yeah, I know books really telling you to use different types for finish line. Maybe for the exam you need to use like a flat end. You can go with a flat end if you want. But be careful when you cut into the cervical plane. You must be paired with the long axis of the case. Yeah, must be parallel to the long axis. Also, I like to leave like a ledge here between the two teeth, guys. That's really gonna help you to not nick the adjacent, and that's not all. That's really very good way to not nick the adjacent, but at the same time you need to get good separation between two adjacent teeth. Just some refining of the pot. Then after this you can get your index and measure how deep you are being and how much you follow the height of contour. Guys, I hope this video helping you, and all the best for you. Bido. Thanks guys.